The Super Bowl is one of the most watched sporting events in the United States, attracting millions of viewers each year. But how did it begin, and why has it become such a central part of American culture? This is the history of the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is the championship game of the National Football League, or NFL. It determines the league champion for the season. Beyond the game itself, the Super Bowl has evolved into a cultural phenomenon, known for its halftime shows, commercials, and large-scale celebrations. To understand the Super Bowl, it's important to look at professional football in the 1960s. At that time, there were two competing leagues, the established NFL and the newer American Football League, or AFL. The AFL began in 1960 and quickly gained popularity, attracting talented players and building a fan base. By 1966, the two leagues agreed to merge. As part of that agreement, they created an annual championship game to pit the AFL champion against the NFL champion. The first championship game took place on January 15, 1967, between the NFL's Green Bay Packers and the AFL's Kansas City Chiefs. The Packers won 35-10. Initially, the game was officially called the AFL-NFL World Championship Game. The nickname Super Bowl was coined by Lamar Hunt, the owner of the Chiefs, inspired by a popular toy called the Super Ball. The term gained popularity and became official by the third game in 1969. In 1970, the AFL and NFL completed their merger, forming a single NFL organized into two conferences, the American Football Conference and the National Football Conference. Each year, the champions of these conferences meet in the Super Bowl to determine the league champion. This structure has remained the same to this day. The early Super Bowls were significant in validating the AFL's competitiveness. For example, Super Bowl III featured the New York Jets defeating the heavily favored Baltimore Colts, demonstrating that AFL teams could compete with NFL teams. Super Bowl IV saw the Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Minnesota Vikings, further establishing parity between the leagues and cementing the legitimacy of the merger. Over time, the Super Bowl grew beyond a sporting event. Halftime shows became high-profile musical performances. Commercials became a major aspect of the broadcast, with companies producing some of the most creative and expensive advertisements in television. The game became a social and cultural event, often considered an unofficial national holiday in the United States. The winner of the Super Bowl receives the Vince Lombardi Trophy, named after the coach of the Green Bay Packers who won the first two Super Bowls. The trophy has become an enduring symbol of professional football excellence. From a negotiated compromise between rival leagues to one of the most watched sporting events in the world, the Super Bowl has grown into a cultural institution. Its history reflects not only the evolution of professional